I have a narrow one-car garage that tries its best to be both a workspace and a home gym. In an effort to increase my table space, since this Husky tool bench is really good for storage but not a great workbench, I've wanted to build a workbench and put it right next to the Husky. Coincidentally, this Ryobi Framework kit was announced shortly after I had the idea, so I waited about a month for it to come out. I'm going to make the simpler one-tier table as I will need to utilize the space underneath for storage or to extend my feet out when I'm benching. It says it's a quick and easy assembly with minimal tools, so let's see if that's true. Inside, it's really just these new legs made of hard plastic with guide holes and brackets for you to customize your workbench to your liking. I wasn't expecting to also receive the screws, but was glad they were included. These legs can take 3/8 or M10 leveling feet or casters, which is nice, and have some holes marked with numbers for quickly setting the included brackets to the same desired heights all around. For my Tier 1 4-foot wide workbench, all I'll need is a 2x4 foot sheet of ply and 4 2x4s all 8 feet in length. You might be able to make up most, if not all, of this with scraps lying around, but all of my scrap wood fell short, literally, of my needs, so off to Toys R Us, Home Depot, I go. And I knew it was too good to be true that I was in and out of the store so quickly because I forgot to pick up casters. But they're not important for this video, so I'll move on. The hex nut slots into place on these brackets, so you don't need a wrench when tightening the screws into place, which is convenient. The instructions recommended positioning the brackets at number 6 for a Tier 1 workbench, so I'm doing just that as I have no reason to do otherwise. But the choice is yours if you plan on doing something custom underneath, like another shelf. Now, the first thing I found quite frustrating is that these brackets were rather annoying to position into place. I thought you just line them up, but instead they first snap in, but the plastic is pretty rigid and snapping them in was not easy and led to a lot of slipping, which pinched my finger and caused some minor bleeding. But big girls don't cry, so I pushed through. I found just placing them flat on the floor was the easiest way to apply an even force, but still a couple of them wanted to pop out before I could turn them over to add the screw. Moving on, I won't need to cut this already to size plywood, and the 2x4s were cut to 5 different lengths for this style of workbench. If you're better than me, you won't need a speed square, limiting your tools even more. I just like to use it. And yes, not only am I pressed for space, but I hate working off of my portable workbench since it's so flimsy, hence my desire for this build. Making these cuts off the truck bed is rather satisfying, as was cleanup. Now comes the surprisingly frustrating part of assembly. This would have gone much smoother with a partner, granted, but since I don't like to bother people by asking for help, I used clamps. There weren't really good clamping points on these legs that didn't either get in the way of the screw holes or your drill. Also, the angle for screwing these in are set up like pocket holes but without any pre-drilling, which I don't think was instructed. It caused the wood to pull away from the legs at times, messing up the alignment. The instructions did say not to tighten fully until the end, which only exacerbated the effect of the wood pulling away and led to fit issues when trying to pull all 4 sides together. One clever design choice I will say is that they placed the height of the bottom shelf bracket to be the exact height of a 2x4, so 3.5 inches, so that you could use an offcut to balance the thing while building it. And following the cut instructions, these offcuts that you see me using are the only leftovers from the material list. It's quite nice. You'll see I had to fight the legs to fit, since even though the lumber was very straight, the inconsistency of the screws pulling the lumber in tight, resulting in non-90-degree joinery, meant this thing was less than plumb. The last issue I ran into was for the final cut, which they labeled E for this crossmember. Cut to the size it recommended, it forced the top out of true ever so slightly, which took me a moment to realize what was wrong. No matter, a quick trim so that it fits snug without pressing anything means it will serve its main purpose of adding stability underneath the tabletop. And there we have it, the Ryobi Framework workbench in a Tier 1 design. All in all, that took me almost exactly an hour to cut and assemble by myself, and I was setting up filming shots, so take that into consideration. Was it fast? Sure. Was it easy? Not as easy as I expected. And that's really the disappointment. I think building a workbench from scratch with bracket hardware would have been just as straightforward, if not easier, since you wouldn't have to fight this plastic into shape, and you could pre drill pocket holes or apply flat or angle brackets where needed. My recommendations to improve your assembly process are to pre drill before screwing, to get someone to help because the clamps can be annoying, and to take field measurements of that Part E crossmember. Otherwise, in the end, it looks great. My favorite part actually is that Ryobi didn't force any of their bright green on the bench, so it's rather sleek and all gray. For $99, I would still recommend it, heeding my advice. 4 out of 5 stars. Thanks for watching.